Hey everyone, welcome back to more Mechabellum. I'm DisturbingPuppet. We're continuing here to just kind of play around and try new things. So I think I said last time the War Factory was changed a bit. So yeah, upkeep's been dropped to 150. HP I think was buffed. Attack might have been buffed as well. So what we have set on here is currently all of this stuff. It seemed like it changed what I had set. So I currently have Sledgehammer, Phoenix, Steel Ball. So that leaves efficient maintenance. Upkeep is reduced or increased range. Um, that's really cheap. Let's just take that. I think that makes sense. Did it change anything else as far as my settings go? I just want to kind of run through really quick. Just want to make sure we actually have all 4 skills ready to go at the bottom. I've spent all my tech points. I don't know that there is something I can spend them on anymore, but I'm still getting them. So maybe there's something. We're going to continue playing around with practice mode. If we get the opportunity to try out the War Factory, we'll go ahead and do that, but not too likely for the cost. It's really expensive to get those guys out. There are still some starting characters with the setups that I haven't been able to win with. We'll see if any of those pop up. We'll try to grab them. So we'll just kind of take a look. I do like the randomness of what you start with and then kind of what you get round and round. That's really good. I really think that adds a lot to this game. All right, quick supply specialist, extra 200 on the first round, not bad. Cost control, extra 100 every round, but the attack of all units is reduced and HP is reduced. I have played this before. I'm not sure if I won. Marksman specialist, supply specialist, we just did that. I think we'll go cost control specialist. We can kind of counteract that a little bit with upgrading the tower. We start with Fangs and Phoenixes, which is a decent start, so let's do that. And a decent amount of HP as well. Let's take a look at what the enemy has real quick here, though, and see. Tanks and crawlers. The AI loves crawlers, and I mean loves crawlers. They're almost always running crawlers. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so what I probably want to do, it's going to counteract some of the negatives, is at least get the extra HP. We can also counteract most of the negative with the attack. And then I can still grab some more fangs, which is not the best idea in the world. But the fangs will work okay against crawlers, but the tanks are going to wreck us. But if we can keep them busy with the fangs, then my flyers can do an okay job following them. So I'm going to actually pretty evenly spread these guys out. A bit forward. Now, ideally we throw shields on the fangs as well. That would be nice, and we get some extra range then on the flyers. But we're going to put the flyers in the back, so hopefully they can pick off the tanks while everything else keeps those crawlers busy. So let's see. Oh, he went right on the front line here with just massive numbers of crawlers. Hold back on the other flank. Let's see how this goes. We're wasting all of our shots on the crawlers, which is unfortunate, but the tanks can't shoot us. Actually, he doesn't have anything to hit flyers, so... Oh, no, he's got fangs over here on the left. So we're getting trashed. We're not going to do much. We'll pick off some more tanks. Eventually the fangs will kill my flyers. So we'll see just how much damage I can do in the meantime before the fangs pick me off. The tower down, that's going to make things worse. Not a great start here, that's for sure. We're just going to waste all our shots on the crawlers while the fangs come in and gun us down. I think we even both shot at the same crawler there. Yeah, the tanks can't do anything, thankfully. As soon as those fangs get in range, yeah, we're going to get gunned to pieces. So we need some anti-swarm stuff. Or more of our own swarm. That's kind of the counteract. We did start with more HP. Now it's about even-ish. Okay. So remember, we do get more every round. Let's see. Decrease recruitment cost. There's no negatives here, so that's not bad. Increased grouping cost of giant units, that's also pretty helpful. Increase Wasp's attack and HP and range, but increase the cost. This counteracts a lot of the negatives that I have, and we've got the extra cash, so that sort of makes sense in a way. All of these are actually pretty good, except for the deployment module. That's mediocre. He does have fangs, which will gun down my wasps pretty quickly, but if we put shields on them, they could survive. The steel balls don't really help me against swarms much. If I go giants and we get one of the flamer guys, then that will help me a lot. This is really tempting, though. I'm going to go wasps. How much does it cost now? 50 to unlock, 300. So for 350, we can get one group. That's a bit pricey. I'm going to go ahead and unlock them. But what I could do is just drop shields on my fangs, or we could get a couple fangs and one flyer just to sort of help out and hope for the best. I don't know. They are better. Let's grab a wasp just to see how it does. There's a lot of things that don't fly on this side, so we're going to deploy you over here with my other flyers. And then we're going to take another group of fangs. And I'm tempted to sort of try to reinforce on this side. But the big fight is over here. I think we'll be okay. Let's reinforce here. Okay, nothing on that flank. Nothing on that flank. He went for steel balls on this side. So if my flyers here can take out the tanks, the fangs fight each other, that's best case scenario. Wow, they just ran through my ground forces there like they're nothing. I might actually be doing better over here on the left. No, the fangs are going to take me down. There's no other things to shoot at. They're going to take out my flyers before I get that last tank, probably. Nope, got the tank. I still have my wasps and my long-range flyers, though. It's just, are they good enough to take on those fangs? They're splitting up. Some of them are going after the tower. Yeah, I'm sure they'll wreck these guys pretty well before the fangs get over here to help. Yeah, air power for the win. Yeah, the improved wasps should be pretty resilient to fire here, and there's a lot of them. I think we put some shields on the wasps, and we're in really good shape. Alright, we've got Amplifying Core, which is always good. Heavy Arclight is nice. Rhinos, eh. I do like the enhancement modules, but the Amplifying Core is fantastic. So, right. How much is it for a shield? 300. Or we go ground specialization, increased attacks to the ground targets, or we could just upgrade these guys. How about we just upgrade these guys? I think I kind of want... I mean, I definitely want shields on the fangs, because I've got a lot of fangs. But that costs 400. I'm going to do it, even though it's probably not the right time to do it. Grab some more fangs. We're going to hold on to this till we grab a big unit. I might grab one of the flamer guys this time, because he just is going crazy with swarming stuff. So yeah, all I can really grab is, you know, unit of fangs. With the shields, we should be much, much tougher. We kind of got walked over here on the right. So I'm going to reinforce up front there with the fangs with the shields. Hopefully that does better. Nothing on that flank. Nothing over there. He's got his own long-range flyers now, so that's a problem. And his crawlers are leaving toxic waste when they die. Also a bit of a problem. We're so focused on ground targets and his long-range flyers are picking us off. Okay, a few survive, so we should win this exchange here. Just barely. He did win on the flank, but we're going to take out the tower here really quickly. Our shields are getting wiped out by walking through this sludge. We don't have much left. Avoid the sludge, avoid the sludge. We're just going to head to the other tower. The flyer, anyway. Okay. Things are going to be okay. Maybe. We buy ourselves a little bit of time. Tanks are not trouble. Looks like they're doing shared HP, so they all took a big hit there when I shot them. Now I'm weak. Slowed and not doing much damage. They're going to start shooting my flyer. Tanks are good counter here. We're probably actually going to lose this one. I was hoping I could take out the tanks, because they've got that shared HP pool. Okay. Heavy hacker. I don't use the hackers that much. Giant units produce 2 sledgehammer tanks every 13 seconds. That's kind of interesting. I've done that before. Attack is massively increased. I'm going to skip it. What I'm going to do, since we've got the cash... Actually, how much are you guys? 200 plus 800? Yeah, we can't do that. Let's go with a Vulcan. And I'm going to throw the core in it. Then, the question is... Yeah, I mean, most of the crawlers are over here, so I think the Vulcan's got to go over here. I'm going to put him back a little bit. I do have some guys I can upgrade. Give me more of the better wasps. I kind of want to deploy them over here, but I'm worried that they're just going to get eaten alive by those fangs. But eventually we're going to put shields on these guys too, I think. I'm going to deploy them back a little bit. Then we can do some upgrading. So we will hope for the best. Okay, does have stuff on the flank. We're going to flame it. Nothing on that side. Okay, we're wasting all of our Vulcan firepower here, taking out stuff. Lost my Vulcan. Everybody here got killed, but we did do some decent damage. Yeah, that distraction over there really cost me. We do have more guys alive here still than we did last time, so maybe we'll be in a bit better shape. We're going to walk right through this slime, though, which is going to eat a bunch of my guys' health. A bunch of these guys might just explode as we walk through it, which is really irritating. Shields don't help. Especially with my tower being downed. I think we lose out on this one as well. Yeah, the tanks are just winning against my fangs. And my wasps are not able to take out the fangs quite as well. So shields on them would be good. Barrier. How much is the shield? It's only 300. I'm gonna do that. Got a barrier. Have some more upgrades we can do. So the tanks are kind of an issue. Not super happy about. Give me another Vulcan. We're going to go hardcore over here, but I'm going to put you back a little bit, and I'm going to put the shield on you. Or try to. Doesn't seem to want to. There we go. Okay, that's 50, 100, 200. So we're going to do a bunch of upgrades here. Which leaves me just enough for another squad of fangs, if I want to do that. Yeah, I guess we're getting just wrecked over here. I think the tanks are just eating us alive. But with the shields now, with the flyers, it should help quite a lot. Unfortunately, the crawlers here that leaking the acid everywhere is still causing a major issue. We did get kind of eaten alive over here on the edge. If I could distract those crawlers a little bit, like into that group, that might feed a bit more of the toxic waste crap over here rather than out here. That's sort of the idea. Okay, we're flaming. Nothing else really different. Oh, he's got a flyer. Flyer is going to be an issue, but take a look here in a minute. Yeah, all my flyers there are getting destroyed. Okay, we've mopped up the right side, mostly. Yeah, we've contained the toxic sludge, but we are still walking through it a lot. And I still have flyers and fangs to deal with his flyer. Of course, the fangs are all going to walk through a giant puddle of toxic sludge. Tower at the wrong time. Wasting my shots on the ground. Let's see if we can get this tower. Okay, that'll buy me a little bit of time. Oh! Vulcan just got wrecked. Yeah, the nice thing with these guys, they do have kind of artillery, so they are good anti-swarm. So these might be an option for me as well. Alright, what do we have? Airdrop a shield. Tempting. Increase speed. That honestly might not be bad. This is every 2 rounds. Yeah, let's do that. It knocks out shields and stuff. Shields, disables tech, decrease movement speed. It's not a huge area. But I can hit a whole bunch of stuff back here. So let's try that, see if that'll slow things down. Okay, still tempted to maybe grab a war factory. It's 1,000 just to grab one, and that's with no upgrades at all. That's a bit pricey. Anti-air is the other thing we could potentially look at. We could increase the ground attack or range. Let's go ground attack on the wasps. Then give me another Phoenix. We're actually going to deploy over here to try to deal with the flyer a little bit. Just staggered back a bit. from everybody else. I'm honestly tempted to throw a Vulcan over here too. Especially because we're going to hit this, slow them all down a lot. So I'm going to try throwing a Vulcan in here as well. We could actually get the Vulcans to spawn marksman. That's quite cheap. Increase the attack. I've never actually upgraded this. Oh, I did. Okay, yeah, we did that early on. It's been so long that I don't even remember. Okay, as far as upgrades go, that's really about it. So I can't get the range here. There is a shield on the Phoenix for 200. But yeah, I feel like maybe grabbing Vulcan Marksman combo. And just because I have the points, maybe a sentry missile. Okay, so we slowed everybody else here down, so we should do a lot better here this round. The Flyer's still causing me a lot of trouble. Shield's already down. He went for another Flyer. Vulcan down. Doing better on the left. Okay, we absolutely wrecked him this time. Alright, turning the tide. Quite a lot. Okay. We've got an airdropped energy shield, missile strike. I'll take the shield airdrop. We have some units we can level. Again, it's kind of tempting to grab the War Factory, but I think we'll probably win this round. Or if not, it'll be very close. So this would be a massive investment. We wouldn't really be able to do anything else other than grabbing the War Factory. So there's only like limited situations when I think it's actually worthwhile to grab the War Factory. So we aren't going to have the help here. But we can do some upgrading. Gonna have to move the camera to select these guys. Definitely want to upgrade you. Just make everybody a lot beefier, basically, with upgrades. We can still drop a shield somewhere, and we can add some stuff. I mean, we do have all these bonuses for the wasps, so I kind of feel like wasp swarms, not the worst idea in the world. And at least one of them is going out here to try to help this giant mess. Then I'm going to kind of stagger one back a little bit. Alright, as far as upgrades go, is there anything I can afford to do now? We could get shields on the Phoenixes, it's not bad. That's probably the only thing I can afford. Oh, we've got another upgrade here, let's do that. Now we can't really afford anything except for jump drives, which are okay. Let's just redeploy wherever we want and give some extra speed. Not the worst thing in the world, not the best thing in the world. We've got a shield over here. Let's drop the shield like there. And I'm going to sit on the cache and see if we can use it next turn if we don't win now. Okay, nothing else deployed. He is going for some big stuff there. So he went for a fortress. We're working on that. Sneaky little flyers there coming in, taking out my tower. That's going to cause some problems. Shield wore off. Still working on these flyers. Yeah, we may not take this. Doing a lot of work here, killing a huge amount of stuff. But his flyers are causing trouble. We did wreck the tower. Alright, we should be okay. We've got enough flyers here to take care of his flyer, I think. Anyway. Yeah, everything's good back there. We've got the fangs and some marksmen still. Alright, it was messy, but it worked. Alright, we've got one more round. Another orbital javelin, incendiary bomb, acid blasts. I mean, the incendiary bomb's tempting, but I'm going to skip it just to get the cache. Like to do some upgrading, at least you. And again, it's tempting, but so it's 1,000. Yeah, all right, let's do it. We'll throw one out here. And what can we afford to do? Upkeep probably isn't going to matter. We want to make steel balls, we want to make phoenixes, we want to make sledgehammers. We want to make phoenixes. And then I'm going to put you all the way in the back. So your job is to spawn phoenixes, which means we want phoenix range increased. Although I don't know if that actually affects spawned units. I would hope so. And then do we just upgrade? It's 50 for those guys. It's 100 for you. Let's upgrade these guys instead of adding some fangs. I don't think it matters too much. Okay, he's got these cheeky guys still here. He's going for fire. That's not great for me. Kind of getting swarmed here. That's true. Shields are down. He went for a war fortress as well. We've got our flyers going in. So my right flank, that's usually pretty good, just got eaten alive. We're putting up a fight. He's got a... wow, okay. We're getting absolutely wrecked here. We did take out his war factory. There was a melting point back in there too. I think it's dead. We're not producing units fast enough to take out his flyers. Tower's down. We're pretty much doomed. Okay, we got the tanks at least before I got blown to pieces. Pretty rough, actually. Went from like swinging really hard one way to swinging pretty hard the other because we spent way too many points on that war factory. Okay, anything we can do? Range increase. I mean, we could throw that on the war factory, or we could throw it on something else. Increase speed. I'll take the laser sight. So we do have upgrades we can do. But. I feel like... I don't know if it's actually worth spending the points here. Let me think about everything else first. Upgrades, there's nothing really there. We've got an upgrade here. We definitely want that. The Wasp's getting an upgrade is kind of important. It's a really big improvement. I could grab my own fortress or something, maybe. I've got the electromagnetic impact as well. Let's try not to forget I have that. Actually, let's go ahead and do it. I want to hit the melting point. Slow that thing down. Okay, we're worried about flyers. He's got a lot of flyers. So my response is either more flyers of my own. We are making flyers. Swarming flyers or long-range flyers. So I think you guys get an upgrade. You guys are fairly cheap to upgrade, so we're going to do that. The tank upgrade is 450, so if I can keep 450 available, we could maybe do that too. I don't know if that's enough to kind of save us. Give me another unit of Phoenixes. So we're going to try to intercept those Phoenixes to stop them from just destroying my tower, like, immediately. We both have the range bonus. Actually, no. What we want to do, you need to target the fortress. We're going to intercept them with wasps. And we're going to put them right on top of them. To keep them busy so they don't knock out my tower right away, which then gives me a big negative attack debuff immediately. Then we've got the extra range. It's 450. That would leave 150. I don't think I can do anything with 150. But I can do something with like 500 or 450. Increased range on the fangs. Most of them are kind of at point blank range though. Wasps. Yeah, we can't afford anything on you guys. Increases attack. I mean, that's a huge attack increase. I think I kind of have to do that. That's more than doubling our damage on the Vulcans for as long as they're going to survive. Not using my points very efficiently here. I don't think there's anything I could really do with 150 points. Yeah, it's sort of a waste. So we'll probably just use items. As far as the range increase goes, I'm tempted just to use it on this guy. I guess we'll do that. Or not. Can we not use it on you? Can only be equipped by range units. Okay. Well, fine. Be that way. This is probably it. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this on just some long-range fighters. I'm going to request a shield generator right here. And I'm going to request a sentry missile about there-ish. Alright, see how that goes. Well, we got another war factory. Strike went away. Okay. We cleared this left side. We didn't lose the tower, so now we're kind of swinging in. Over here, we also kind of wrecked them, moving through. Fighters are moving up and engaging. Flyer down. War factory down. There's a melting point in there somewhere, but we're kind of swarming it. Okay, War Factory's down. Tower's gonna go. We should have this without too much trouble. War Factory versus War Factory. Nice. Still some swarming stuff around. Steel balls coming in. Still have my shield here, miraculously. Helps us take out his flyers. War Factory just falling apart there. Making all kinds of fighters there. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so in this kind of a situation, I feel like I went a little early on the war factories. Like, if I'd waited one more turn, I think it would have been a better time to go for the war factory. Oh, he actually went for a Vulcan back here, too. So these guys wiped them out, helped kill, like, these guys, and they just kind of moved up. It's nice to have some guys up front and then some staggered units further back. But yeah, the crazy multi-war factory thing is a bit nuts. Whereas we just had the one popping out long-range fighters in the back, which is not a bad idea. I think getting a shield on one of these guys would also be nice, just to keep them alive as long as possible so they keep feeding stuff. Putting them in the back kind of makes more sense than having them anywhere where they're going to get shot. Unless you have them producing ground troops, like the flyers, long-range flyers, it works. If you're going to have them producing tanks and rollers, it's a bit more iffy. You might want them a little further up. But yeah, that worked out pretty well. I feel like we could have won earlier if I did not take the War Factory, though. I think putting those points into a couple melting points would have been a better trade-off. Like, we probably could have gotten 2 melting points for the cost of this one War Factory and the upgrades we put into it. And I feel like that would have been better use of the money, although there were a lot of swarms out here. Alternatively, we could have gotten our own flyers. We could have gotten a couple of these big flyer guys instead. So instead of the War Factory, we could have probably gotten 2 of them. So that also would have been really helpful. That's another thing that I often will do against swarms. In this one, because we had the heavy wasps, I kind of went in on the wasps just to see how they would do. So we kind of went fangs and wasps to counteract his swarms of crawlers and wasps, which, I mean, it sort of worked. We definitely needed the Vulcans for backup, though. Without the Vulcans, it just wasn't going to work. We had some long-range stuff mixed in, so it did work out okay. All right, this has been more of Mechabellum. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I will see you again next time. Until then, have a good one.